coders, welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to study about the constants in C. So C constants are just like a variable. They have a name, okay? They'll consume memory like we did in the variable, as well as there are type associated with that constant, int, float, the similar way, okay? So the main difference between a variable and a constant is in the constant, you cannot change the value. Okay. For example, we have int x is equal to 10. This value is constant. Okay. So we can give a value x is equal to 50 as well as we proceed in the program. But if we put a constant before this, int x, so when we do x is equal to 20 again, so compiler will throw an error. So this way, this is the difference actually between a variable and a constant. So like there are different types of constants. Okay. So the first one is literal constants. So these are the obvious constant. So for example, here we have int x is equal to 12. Okay. So this 12 value is constant. Okay. You cannot change the value of 12. And in the next expression, maybe you can change the value here as it is not, defined as constant. So the value 12 is a constant. Okay. So 12 cannot be anything else because 12 is 12 only. Okay. So same way we have 1.56 and we have a string and this is also, in inverted commas. So it is an example of obvious constants. Okay. So the next subpart of literal constant is an integer constant. For example, here in this example, we have unsigned int x is equal to 12u. So here 12 is constant, and if we define this u, that is for unsigned uh, character, okay, or integer, so whatever it is, so it is defined like this. If it is a long, then it is defined like this. Okay. Similarly, if it is long, it will be defined like ll, and if it is float, we can define it like this. So by seeing this value, anyone can understand like, okay, this is something related to unsigned character or integer or something. Okay. So we have to put this value in certain particular, variables. Okay. Only. So if we have a value like 100 something, okay, and if we give this value to a simple integer, sorry, if we have L value here, okay, long, and if I'm giving this value to this int, so we'll get a warning of overflow here. Okay. So in order to avoid this as well, we'll give this uh, uh you know literals to that variables similarly. Okay. So the third subpart of literal constant is character literals. Okay. So these are the standard words which we use within our code. For example, in printf, we generally use to print the values. Okay. So first is a new line character. So it is used to get to the next line after that comment in printf. So we'll take one example of each. Okay. So these things. Okay. So second is a return. Then we have tab. Okay. So if we want a tab between some string, then we'll use this, literal. And then we have backspace. Then we have a single quote, and then we have a double quote and slash. So these all are the types of the collector literals which we use in displaying the data to the console or to a file or similarly. Okay. So this we discuss about the normal constants. Okay. So next is a declare constant. So we have a, you know constant as a keyword that we'll place with the variable to make it a constant. Okay. We'll take an example of a declare constant. Okay. So for example, if we have integer uh, days of year, so if you take a month in year, and we'll take it 12. Okay. So this is a variable month in years, and we given a value to this variable. Okay. So if I need to print this value, then we have the months in a year is equal to percentage d for integer. Then we have month in year. Okay. So if we change this value, okay, here, if we take month in year is equal to, for example, I'm taking a 13. Okay. So what is the value here? Okay. So let's compile it once. So GCC, then we have const dot c. Okay. So this month in a year is 13. So this second value is taken and the variable value is being changed. So if you don't want this change, okay, so we can define a keyword here. And if we again run this, let's see, you will get an error. So it's a read only variable. Okay. Now by applying a constant in front of a variable of type int, we are getting a error. So this will instruct the coder that this value cannot be changed and it is a constant value. So next we'll save it and we'll run again, and this time, so here I get the correct value. So this value cannot be changed. So by defining this keyword in front of the variable, we can restrict this variable to change its value. So this way we can declare this. Okay. So the next type is a defined constant. So it is defined by using a hash define. For example, hash define pi. We'll take it 3.1495667. Okay. So here we define it, and if I'll remove this part, and pi is pi value is equal to pi. So this is a form of a macro. We can define this variable. So this value cannot be changed throughout the program once it's defined as a part of hash define. So we can only change by directly changing this location. Okay. So wherever pi is used within our program, it's been overlap, or in the processor stage, this pi is in overlap with the 3.14. So pi don't have any the type here, but still it's been used as a part of a constant. Okay. So after this, we have enumerated constants. This will define in a separate video. Okay. So this is all for the constants in C. So see you in the next video. Thanks.